What is John Wilkes Booth's connection to Ford's theater history? Imagine being a famous actor in the 1800s and then becoming part of one of the most shocking moments in American history. That's the story of John Wilkes Booth and Ford's Theater. Booth was a well-known actor who performed regularly at Ford's Theater, a popular venue in Washington, D.C. located just a few blocks from the White House. The theater hosted many plays and performances. Booth even performed there in November 1863, appearing in 7 different shows over 2 weeks. President Abraham Lincoln was a big theater fan and attended one of Booth's performances on November 9, 1863. Booth's connection to Ford's Theater took a darker turn on April 14, 1865. He learned that Lincoln would be at the theater that night to watch the comedy Our American Cousin. Booth saw this as his chance. Around 10:30 at night, he forced his way into the presidential box. He shot Lincoln in the head and stabbed Major Henry Rathbone, who was sitting with the president. Booth then leapt onto the stage with his broken leg, caught his spur on a flag, and shouted Sic semper tyrannis, which means thus always to tyrants. The audience was stunned as Booth escaped through the back door of the theater. After the shooting, Booth ran into the night, starting a 12-day chase that covered over 90 miles through Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. The government put a $100,000 reward on his head, making him the most wanted man in the country. Meanwhile, Ford's Theater was caught in the chaos. The owner, John T. Ford, was away visiting family and was arrested because authorities thought he might know something. The theater was shut down, seized by the government, and turned into offices. Congress even passed a law banning it from being used as a theater forever. For many years, Ford's Theater stayed closed. People couldn't bear to see shows there after Lincoln's death, but they also didn't want to demolish the building. It wasn't until the 1950s that Congress decided to restore it. In 1968, the interior was rebuilt based on old photos and documents, and it reopened as both a theater and a museum. President Barack Obama cut the ribbon in 2009 after an 18-month renovation. Today, Ford's Theater is a museum dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War, and the events of April 14, 1865. Visitors can see artifacts like John Wilkes Booth's pistol, which has been on display since 1942. The site helps us remember the tragedy and the history of that time, keeping the story alive for everyone who visits.